Senator Tim Kaine of the great Commonwealth of Virginia, who serves on the Senate Armed Services Committee. So, Senator, what do you make of Secretary Hegseth saying today that he not only did not order the second strike, a follow-on strike, that he did not even see a second strike or see any survivors?
Well, Jake, look, I think all of these operations are illegal because there's been no congressional vote to authorize war in the Caribbean, the Pacific, or against Venezuela. So let's start there. But let's drill down on the second strike. The Defense Department's own law of war manual specifically says that it would be illegal to shoot survivors of a shipwreck. And we have prosecuted people from the Nuremberg trial forward if they attack wounded combatants on the field. You do not have a license to wantonly slaughter wounded combatants. And as far as I read Secretary Hegseth, he's not denying that he gave the kill everybody order. That would be a war crime if he did. He's now trying to push responsibility off on his Special Forces commander, Admiral Bradley. But I think that most people read his statements, saying that the whole thing was fabricated last week, to now acknowledging it's true and pushing it off on a subordinate. Real leaders don't push off responsibility onto their subordinates.
You said you plan to file a resolution demanding no military action against Venezuela, war-like military action against Venezuela without congressional approval. You think it will pass. Can you explain who you think, what Republicans will vote with Democrats on it, and what exactly the resolution would do?
Jake, I think you'll see in the next few days the filing of two different resolutions. One, no war in Venezuela without congressional approval, and the second, dealing with no more strikes in international waters without the approval of Congress. We have tried these resolutions before. They're privileged, meaning we will be guaranteed a vote within 10 calendar days. It can't be hidden in a committee. It can't be filibustered. Simple majority vote, up or down. We were not able to get more than 2 Republican votes in the earlier iteration. We need at least 4, but the facts have dramatically escalated, including a lot of reporting about deep concerns within the Pentagon and deep concerns among our allies like the UK about the legality of these strikes. And the latest news about the return to kill these 2 folks clinging to a life raft, straight up, if that is true, that is a war crime.
President Trump ended today's cabinet meeting by escalating his inflammatory rhetoric against Somalis in Minnesota, including Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Take a listen.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
What's your response to that, Senator?
What a sick and diseased guy. They contribute nothing. I have friends and family in Minnesota who talk about the Somali community with a lot of pride and affection. If there's bad apples in that community or any community, they ought to suffer legal consequences justified by their actions. But to use a broad brush to paint Somalis as negative. Jake, you know Virginia pretty well. We were 1 out of 100 foreign-born. When I was born in 1958, we're 1 out of 9 foreign-born now, and we've gone from bottom quarter per capita income to top quarter per capita income because our immigrant communities in Virginia and in this country have been a source of great richness and innovation. It's like the transfusion in the nation's bloodstream at 250 that's kept us young. So don't use the broad brush to go after all Somalis and say they contribute nothing. That kind of a statement it's just a symbol of a sad and diseased mind.
Today, President Trump was asked about the high cost of living during that cabinet meeting. He said he inherited the worst inflation in history and, quote, the word affordability is a Democrat scam, unquote. What's your response to that?
I think every Democrat running for office in the United States in 2026 should run that quote. affordability is a scam, affordability is a hoax, affordability is a democratic issue. If you're a hardworking everyday person and you've watched food prices go up, energy prices go up, healthcare go up, building supplies go up, toys go up, electronic components go up, and you have a president like Marie Antoinette saying everything's fine, they should run that ad, that presidential quote, in every campaign ad in 2026.
Democratic Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, thanks so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The glaring mistake at today's cabinet meeting that seems to punctuate all the questions for the Pentagon right now. I see that it says Secretary of War on Pete Hegseth's nameplate there. But first, the major meeting in Moscow wrapping just moments ago. The president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, his special negotiator, Steve Witkoff, and Russian leader Vladimir Putin. What we're learning about the closed-door discussions in these attempts to finally bring peace to that region. CNN's live in Moscow and Ukraine next.
Our brains are incredible, but memory can get complicated. That's why we created Nariva Memory 3D. It supports your short-term, long-term, and working memory. Take it from me. An elephant never forgets. Remember Nariva.